7 hidden signs that you are lonely. Have you ever felt lonely? Some people actually do like to spend their time alone, and they enjoy it a lot. But for others, lack of closeness or emotional connection with others can make them feel a special kind of emptiness in their hearts, loneliness. Loneliness is proven to have a detrimental effect on your body and well-being. You may try to make yourself believe you don't really need anybody, especially if you've been alone for a long time. Loneliness can manifest itself in many different ways, from physical signs to emotional and mental ones. But there are subtle, secret signs of loneliness that aren't always obvious. How to tell if you're experiencing loneliness. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos. Loneliness can be a serious condition and can even be a form of depression. For something as serious as loneliness, it is important to know the signs before the condition gets any worse. External factors that can lead to loneliness include 1. Physical isolation. Living alone, being the only person in your social circle, or being geographically isolated from others. 2. Emotional isolation. Feeling like you can't confide in or connect with others, or feeling like no one understands you. 3. Mental illness. Symptoms of mental illness can make it hard to connect with others or make you feel like you're not part of the world around you. However, even if you don't feel like you're lonely, keep an eye out for these seemingly benign signs of loneliness. Your body could be trying to tell you something. 1. You're often bored. Do you often feel bored, with nothing to do and no one to hang out with? Humans are social beings. Our brains are wired for social connection. We need people to talk to, exchange ideas, have fun, and spend quality time with. Those people give us emotional support and connection, and make our days more fun. But if you don't have many friends, or if you're not close with the ones you have, you may start feeling bored. You spend your days alone, doing activities alone, eating alone, just scrolling through your phone mindlessly. 2. Lack of social interactions and connections with others. Without regular contact with others, we may struggle with loneliness, feeling disconnected and isolated from the world around us. People who lack social interactions often disconnect from activities they once enjoyed, and their overall mood can suffer significantly. They may become despondent or apathetic, withdrawn, and uninterested in life.
3. You hang out with other lonely people. So even if you yourself don't feel lonely, counterintuitively your social network could be changing that. In other words, if you have friends that feel lonely, you're more likely to experience feelings of loneliness too. 4. You're jealous of others having fun. If you're feeling lonely and left out, it must be hard for you to see everyone else having a blast. It's normal that you wish you could spend time with others rather than being alone. And even if they don't talk about it, many people feel the same way sometimes. 5. You surround yourself with negative people. Not surprisingly, you are more likely to be lonely if lonely people constantly surround you. In this way, you might say that loneliness is contagious. Misery loves company, and you are significantly influenced by the company you keep. Thus, you may want to try to spend less time with negative people and more time with those who exert a positive influence. 6. You keep buying and hoarding stuff. If you find yourself surrounded by stuff, you may be attempting to fill the void that loneliness has created in your life. If you find that you've formed an unhealthy attachment to your possessions, then it could be that you're trying to make up for a lack of personal connections by connecting with material items instead. 7. Feeling isolated even when surrounded by people. People can be surrounded by other people but yet still feel disconnected and lonely. This condition is what doctors refer to as subjective loneliness, feeling emotionally isolated despite being physically surrounded. It is often due to a lack of meaningful relationships. It goes beyond simply not having someone to talk to or to sit with at dinner. How to cope with loneliness. Being lonely is a terrible feeling. It can even make everything else harder to deal with. And you should know that you don't deserve to be alone. However, it's not impossible to fight it. You can take the help of various resources to help you cope with loneliness. No matter how hard it is, there are some small steps you could take to try and help yourself feel less lonely. The most obvious step is talking to someone and sharing your feelings. This can be a mental health professional, if you really don't feel like you could open up to someone else in your life. Therapy could help you figure out your emotions and underlying problems. That's all for today. Please share your experiences in the comments. If you enjoyed today's content and find it helpful, feel free to like, share and subscribe. Also click notification bell button so you won't miss any of our future videos.